students, today we will see the topic from the unit first of Information Theory and Source Coding. Our first unit is Information Theory and Source Coding. In last lecture we have seen what is the information, what is the unit of information, how we can transmit the information from the source to the destination by using the different types of the communication system. In that we have seen that how we can maximize the rate of transfer of information maximum. In that way, today we will see the topic from the Information Theory and Source Coding, that is different types of the sources and their models. Next, we will see the types of sources, and their models. Types of sources and their models. In the field of communication, we come across different types of sources. First, we will see the classification of sources. Classification of sources. In that, basically we are having the two types of the information sources. First source, it is an analog information source. Analog information source. And second one, discrete information source. Okay, these are the two basic information sources from which we can take the information and transmit over the communication channel towards the destination. That's why the basic information source, it is an analog because its signals coming from this information source are analog in nature. That's why it is called as the analog information source. And the next one, it is a discrete information source. Discrete by means it is nothing but a digital in format. That is nothing but a fixed time format is there. That's why it is called as the discrete information source. Again, discrete information sources having the two types. This discrete source having the again two types. First one, discrete memoryless source. Discrete memoryless source. Memoryless source. That is called as DMS. Discrete memoryless source. And the next one, stationary source. Stationary source. These are the two types of the discrete information source. Discrete information source having the two types depending upon the memory. That's why discrete memoryless source and the stationary source. That's why this is the classification of the information sources which we can use in the information theory and source coding. That's why basically two basic types, analog, discrete. Again discrete having the two types, discrete memoryless source and the stationary source. Now all these sources we will study one by one with the starting of the first source, that is an analog information source. We will see in which details about what is the analog information source and what is the nature of this source and the example related to the analog information source. Okay, now we will start with the analog information source. It is the first type of source, analog information source. information sources. In that, communication systems are designed to transmit the information generated by a source to some destination, and these information sources can be of different types. For example, okay, in communication field we can use the different type of the information which we can transmit over the communication channel towards the destination, but these sources are different in nature. That's why this is an analog information source. For example, we will take one example for this. When there is a radio and TV broadcasting, in the radio and television broadcasting, because we have seen the broadcasting session, in that radio and TV broadcasting we can use the analog signals. In the nature of the audio signal as music and speech, in the radio as well as in TV broadcasting we are using the audio signal as well as the images, or these images are nothing but a moving images, and these signals are the nature of this analog signal or the audio and plus video. That is nothing but audio and video signal can be used in the radio and TV broadcasting. That's why the nature of these signals are analog in nature. That's why this information source used in this radio and TV broadcasting is a analog information source. This is the best example of analog information source. Now that is regarding the analog information source. Now we will move towards the discrete sources. The second type of the information source, it is a discrete information source. Discrete information source. In the discrete information source, if source of information is a digital computer or a storage devices. For example, if we consider our information source, it is a discrete in nature, that is nothing but a digital computer or storing devices or storage devices like our CD, that is nothing but a compact disc, or in previous we have used the recorder, that is nothing but we say that these are nothing but magnetic tape or the optical disc. These are the storage devices, that is nothing but optical disc, nothing but a CD, and magnetic recording. In previous years we have called as that is a cassette, that is nothing but a magnetic tape or optical disc. Then their output is a discrete time signal such as binary signal or ASCII signal, that is nothing but a binary signal or the ASCII. That is a one type of the language which can be used in the CD and magnetic tape recording, and binary, it is nothing but a digital in nature, that is nothing but a 0 and 1s. That's why the nature of these signals are discrete in nature. That is nothing but a, in some instance we can say that discrete, it is nothing but a digital. That's why source producing a discrete output are known as discrete. So discrete source, it is string of binary digit, and whatever the signals are coming from the CD and magnetic recording are nothing but a string of digits. This is a string of binary digits. That is regarding the discrete information source. Again, this discrete information source can be divided into two types. Which are the types of discrete sources? That is, first type, it is a discrete memoryless source. First type, discrete memoryless source. Now we will see what is the discrete memoryless source. Okay, if the current output is letter or symbol produced by a discrete source is statically independent. Whatever the output coming from the information source, that is nothing but a current output, is statistically independent. Statistically independent. But what is the relation in between statistically independent? Statistically independent on the past output, past and future output. There is no any relation of current output and the past and future output. That is a totally independent from the previous and the next. That's why that information or whatever the information coming from that source, it is called as the discrete memoryless source. Okay, discrete memoryless source, as its name indicates, it is a memoryless. There is no any memory to store the previous or past output and the current output. That's why it is a totally independent on the previous output and the current output. Okay, that's why it is called as the discrete memoryless source. The example for this discrete memoryless source, that is called as DMS. DMS. Okay. Now the another type of the discrete memoryless discrete information source, it is a stationary source. Stationary source. Stationary source, it is nothing but the opposite of this DMS, because whatever the current output coming from the information source, it is statistically dependent. In this, it is a statistically independent. Sorry, here it is a independent. In this, there is a dependent. Dependent on the past and present output. Past and present output or the condition. And that's why it is called as the stationary information source. And the example for this, it is nothing but our English text. English text. This is the example of the stationary source. These are the two types of the discrete source. Which are the two types? First one, discrete memoryless source, and the secondary, stationary source. These are the two types of the discrete memoryless source. Now, today, what we have seen today? We have seen today regarding the information sources and their models of information theory and source coding. Okay? In that, remember that our two types of the basic sources are there, analog and the discrete. Analog means which contains the audio and video, or simply audio. All these are the examples of the analog sources. And the discrete, that is nothing but a digital in nature, which is in the form of the binary and the ASCII. Now, the next topic from this, it is a average information or entropy. Average information. Average information, or it is also called as the entropy. It is the new word in this information theory and coding subject. What is entropy? The entropy is defined as the average information per message. The definition for the entropy, it is nothing but average information per message. That is called as the entropy. Average information per message. How much we get the information by per message, and it is denoted by the capital H. Entropy is denoted by capital H, and the unit for this, it is bits per message. Bits per message. This is the unit of the entropy. Entropy denoted by the capital H. And in this way, we will see this entropy must be as high as possible, and this is totally dependent on the probabilities of that messages. Okay. In last lecture, we have seen the probability concept. Probability. This entropy is totally dependent on the probability of the messages. How much the information is carried by this probability by the message. This is regarding the entropy. In next lecture, we will see some numericals on the calculation of the entropy of the information. Now today we will stop here.